All right, here with the head coach, Mike Mincey on the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, strong first quarter, 21 points in the first quarter. He outscored them by 8 points. After that, it seemed like the offense struggled. That allowed Georgia Southwestern to claw back in this game. Walk me through how you saw this one play out after a strong first.
Well, we made a lot of threes, and we made some tough shots early. It wasn't like we were in control of what we were doing, in my opinion. I think 3 of our first baskets may have been threes. I'm not real sure. But you get Lindsey in foul trouble. You get Ruth in foul trouble. And we had to keep – it's lucky we made it as far as we did with both of them in the game. But that was definitely – it seemed like a game plan. They wanted to get that thing into them. Some ticky-tack ones to where, Lindsey had to change as she played for sure. But that was kind of, it's nice to score 21 as our best quarter of the night. But after that, it kind of was a struggle to put the ball in the bucket, very much like it was against Lander.
When you talk about the Lander game to this one, is it much of the same in terms of not being able to score the basketball? You think, is it good looks, just not falling, offensive execution? Where did things go wrong beyond that first quarter that saw the offense kind of falter away at times?
I would have to go back and watch the film. I think Coach Nichols and I both feel like we had looks. I know, there's at one point there we missed 2 point-blank layups. What we were from the free throw line, 15 to 22. You want to get at least 2 or 3 more makes there to get the right percentage. You're shooting 33.3% from the field, 26 from the 3. That probably puts us on the year at about 25% from the 3. It seems like we're defending okay, obviously, but we just can't score. And in order to beat teams on the road, in this environment, you got to score the basketball. And that's, we got some kids that can score but aren't great defenders, and we got some kids that can defend and not great scorers. And we're having a hard time trying to figure out what that mixture is.
On the flip side, offensively, they struggled, and that was probably due to your defense being pretty impressive again here in the third game.
Mm-hmm.
They did out-rebound you by 11, had 17 offensive rebounds. I know you went to a zone a little bit. It's hard to rebound out of a zone.
Sure.
But how do you limit those amount of opportunities that an opponent gets, and how did that kind of affect this game by them getting so many extra looks for a game that saw 2 offenses struggle at times?
Yeah, I didn't, the zone's there for a reason, but once we got in foul trouble with both Lindsey and Ruth, I didn't feel like we had a choice. And, the latter part of the second quarter was kind of ugly, and neither team was really scoring. The third quarter was 10-10, and I was going to stay in the zone as long as we could because of the foul trouble. And, I didn't want to give them anything easy, but, yes, out of the zone it's hard to rebound at times. And they had, 12-4 in particular, get in there and they got the big. Whether we should have gone man-to-man sooner or not, it wasn't until 23 came in there, I think hit a couple of threes. Of course, the foul on the three-point shooter was a big blow. But I'll credit our kids. We had the timeout. We're down 58-50. We talked about, this game, it was like 3 or 4 minutes to go in the game. We're fine. And, we cut it. I thought we had a close to having a stop down there, and whatever happened on the shot that was made that fouled Lindsey out. It is. We're on the road, baby. That's what live on the road. And I felt like if we get that stop, obviously it improves our chances of winning. But it fouls Lindsey out, and ultimately fall by 4.
Good thing about the weekend is you get a quick turnaround, play tomorrow afternoon. How does this team need to regroup as you get ready to go and try to finish the weekend strong with a victory?
It's imperative. You can't guarantee anything, but you certainly don't want to come out of here, 0-2 on the weekend. And I think our team will respond. They're not happy with a loss, but I had no idea that, and we're not going to go 28-0 in the regular season. That's just not going to happen. I set the schedule up. It's one of our tougher schedules, and it's a good team. They got size. The 2 bigs are as big as any kid we would see when we play, at Tennessee, it felt like, and it was a real struggle, and it was a battle to try to, gang up to try to guard them, which is their game plan to get it in. So, I'm proud of how we battled. That's going to be a tough matchup for a lot of teams to play against those 2 bigs, but it's on the road too. And I think what you tell me, they've lost. Whether it's a new team or not, she's brought in some really good players. They got some talented players. To be in this environment, 800 fans or whatever, lose by 4, cut it there. We had it to 1 possession game. I think if even Braylon converts there to cut it to a 1-point game, or Ruth gets a rebound, we might still be able to pull it out. But we'll grow from this, man. It's way different than what we felt in Detroit last year. We know we're very competitive. We just didn't win the game today.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, Mincey.
That's the head coach.